however they do this and the funding and how this is all going to play out, I'm telling y'all, there's literally, I don't know if Lisa was able to pull the thing. They're taking $500 million of HBCU money as we speak in funding. You know where that money's going to, how that money's going to hurt you guys? Because they're doing all of this shit. And here's what I'm talking about. And you guys don't understand that when this bill comes to fruition next year, that big, beautiful bill, after they cut everything else, after they spent all this money and jack up the fucking, jack up the fucking economy, people are going to feel the wrath of this shit next year. Watch what I'm telling y'all. You may not be feeling the pain right now, but y'all gonna feel the pain next year. This shit gonna come swift. And a lot of people are gonna hold tight. Watch what I say. Watch what I'm telling y'all. This time next year, it's not gonna look good, y'all. It's not gonna look good. And they're gonna be scrambling, and they're gonna be giving y'all bullshit ass excuses, because here's what's gonna happen. The midterms are coming next year. And they're gonna turn around and circle it and spin it and spin it and spin it and say, yeah. And they're gonna hold all this shit back. And they're gonna fuck you again.
Hold on. I want to comment to somebody in the chat who said they just gave HBCUs $500 million.
No, they took it.
Oh, he said they gave.
No,
they took it.
They did.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
They did that on Trump's. They did that on Trump's first term. That's probably what he's referring to. I think Trump gave a large lump sum of money to HBCUs in his first term. That's probably what he's talking about.
Yeah,
he didn't. He did not.
He did not.
The first time around, he announced money that was already
allocated. Right.
And
the money had been allocated under Obama.
Reallocated it away.
Right.
Just so we're
clear. And then he took the money that time. So this money was allocated, and he's taking the money back again.
But he made sure he got that photo op with the HBCUs, right?
That part. Right, because that's what he did the first time. Yes, that's the first time he did that shit. Right. This time he ain't got his master folks this time in the White House, because if you remember, his first termers ain't nowhere around. Diamond died, and Silk ain't nowhere around, and all the rest of the stepping and fetching, they all on X. But ain't none of them in the White House this time around. You don't see what's her name? What's her name? None of them. Omarosa ain't around. None of them. And they didn't even bring a second set of them around. This time they got an ex-football player as the HUD secretary, right? But you don't see Ben Carson nowhere around at all. Period. Point blank. Full friggin' stop. Right. They brought it down to the minimum. They brought it down to the bare basics. And listen.
I want to say something. I know you, when you get on your spiel, you never stop, but I want to say something, and please don't interrupt me, okay? They announced today, all right? The Trump administration announced Monday that nearly $500 million in federal cuts will be redirected to historically Black college and universities and tribally controlled college and universities, okay? They took money from the Hispanic universities, all right?
And that's what I wanted to ask you about.
And they redirected the money to the HBCUs, all right?
What Hispanic colleges? Where's their Hispanic college?
That's what I wanted to ask.
You know what? I'm posting it in the chat.
The point is this.
Post it in the chat.
Hold up, you guys. Let Rob finish his statement so we can figure out what he's talking about so I can look it up.
Ross,
Here is the point.
How you doing, by the way? We know Ross, post it in the chat when you're done talking.
Oh, what's up, my boy? What's up?
I just posted it.
Okay, hold on, you guys. Hold on.
Yeah, fuck you too, Rose.
Give me a second, you guys. Okay, so let me know when I can jump in.
Not yet. Let me ask you a question, Lisa. Did you guys talk about the Delta State?
No.
Okay. That was to Lisa, it wasn't to you.
Right.
Patient.
I just looked it up.
Wait, hold on, y'all, please. This isn't just because Patient just dropped another. I got too much going on here. Can you just tell us what you're talking about? Because I have like three screens.
I've been out all day. But yeah.
No, I know. You saw what I put in Telegram. Don't be coming here.
I told you I messaged you where to go. Anyway.
You ain't told me nothing.
Okay, yeah. So,
Okay.
the 21-year-old student found hung Delaware State on a tree or something by a pickleball court. And they're saying they don't think it's any foul play.
Oh, yeah. They dropped that in politically correct, but that's on my list for tonight.
That's stupid.
Okay, so can I read what it says? Okay.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm getting whiplash. So we're gonna talk about the guy that was found dead, hung, on the college campus, and then also we got to go to Elon Musk over in where the hell was he today? At some I think it was a Ku Klux Klan rally or some shit where it was like hundreds of thousands of people there, all white men. We got a lot to talk about. So now we got a whole nother subject that just been dropped, and this is about the HBCUs. I have an article up. If somebody wants to go ahead and get it, talk about it. If not, I have an article up. Let me know what's going on. Go ahead, Reg. You talking about the HBCU part now?
Okay, so I'm going to read it. Okay, so it says the Trump administration is redirecting $500 million in federal funding toward historical Black colleges and tribal colleges, one-time investment covered primarily by cuts to other colleges serving large numbers of minority students. The Education Department announced the funding boost days after cutting $350 million from other grants, mainly programs reserved for colleges that have large numbers of Hispanic students. Agency leaders said most of these grants were unconstitutional. They are available to only colleges with an amount of minority enrollment thresholds. The Education Secretary, Rittman, says these changes will redirect money away from ineffective and discriminatory programs toward those who support student success. The department has carefully scrutinized our federal grants, ensuring that taxpayers are not funding racially discriminatory programs, but those programs which will promote merit and excellence in education. The department is also redirecting about $60 million toward charter schools and $137 million towards American history and civil grants. President Trump in January issued the executive order and the agency to repurpose federal money towards charter schools and other school initiatives. It's the amount of one-time federal boosting of a 48% increase to HBCUs and doubles funding for tribal colleges, is what the department says. The department is flexing its power to repurpose discretionary fundings to match the president's purpose priorities, made possible through a stopgap funding through a bill passed by Congress this year that gives the executive branch more authority over spending decisions. Trump has long called himself a HBCU champion. During his first term, he added $250 million. This is what it says. I'm just reading it. This year, he signed an executive order that pledged in the White House with his advisory board and other support for HBCUs. The Education Department said the money comes from programs that are found not to be in the best interest of students and families, and it previously that other minority serving grants would be redirected to these programs that are not based and rely on racial quotas. The person familiar with this decision said the money will also be directed away from programs that support gifted and talented programs, magnet schools, international education, teacher training. Most of the programs would be zeroed out in Trump's 2026 budget request, said a person who was not authorized to authorized to discuss this decision and spoke to this decision in anonymity. Last week's cuts to Hispanic Serving Institution program reverses a decades of precedents. Congress created a program in 1998 finding Latino students were going to college and graduating at a far lower rate than white students. The department has also cut several other smaller programs for colleges that serve certain percentages of Asian American, Black, and Native students. The cuts drew swift blowback by Democrats who said that the programs have long had a bipartisan support and fueled social mobility for working class Americans. A memo in July from the Department of Justice. I'm just about to finish. A memo from the Department of Justice argues that the Hispanic Serving Institution and grants are unconstitutional. The department declined to defend the program suit brought upon the state of Tennessee and the State of Fair Admissions Anti-Affirmative Action Group. So apparently this is getting ready to go to court. That's all I'm going to say.
It's 107 HBCUs in the country. 500 billion divided by 107 equals up to about $4 billion.
How many did you say? How many did you say?
107. 107.
No.
So y'all remember under the Biden administration, they had put they put $1 billion in education funding. What happened was back in June, remember we were talking about this shit. There was a pause on the education grants.
Mm-hmm.
So once that pause or whatever freeze was put on those funds, they ended up releasing them. So it's nothing new. This is something, I think the last date under the Biden administration would have been 2025. It all started Bush extended it. Obama did some other shit. Then so did Trump. Trump did some things as well. But Biden he infused a lot of money. And that money was put on pause. Period. Yeah, and this was back in June. So I don't know what's going on.
The HBCU money is not going to be like you read a lot of things. But it's not going to be.
Did you land, Patty? Because I sure as hell didn't hear you.
I didn't land either. Okay, so that equals up to about 4.7 million per university. Just that's not doing nothing, honestly. $4.7 million per university if they even get it. So that 500 million is doing nothing. I landed.
Okay.
Biden gave $1.3 billion, and he didn't have to take it away from his back.
Okay, I got a little bit something. Oh, Jesus Christ, help me. I got a little bit. Ask Glorilla to come up, please. I got a little bit more. Glorilla? Yeah, come on, y'all. Come on, let me just do this. So let me do this here. This is a little bit shorter for you guys, and she's putting it where the goats can get it. So we always got to rely on a Black woman.
No.
Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on.
Education just decided
Jesus Christ here. All right. Let me see if I can do this. All right. One more time, y'all. Give me a minute, please.
So, y'all tell me how the Department of Education just decided to snatch $350 million away from minority-serving schools like HBCUs, HSIs, and more. So these schools that depend on this money to keep programs running, students supported, and teachers trained are just in shock. And you want to know what the excuse is? They're calling the funding rules quotas and saying it's unconstitutional. Baby, please. These weren't no quotas. This was money that paid for science labs, tutoring, first-gen support, and resources that keep our kids in school instead of dropping out. And yes, they left behind about $132 million that's locked in by law. But let's be honest. In its totality, Y'all, that's small money. Yeah. You taking away $300 and something million. Meanwhile, the big name schools with $1 billion endowments just keep on eating. And HBCUs got to figure out how to stretch nickels into dollars. So, y'all tell me how.
That's it, y'all. So that's
but we do it. We do it though.
Yeah, you do.
Bonnie, you will.
You know what's crazy? Biden had the I know we've talked about this too. Y'all don't remember Biden had Department of Education send out 16 fucking letters to 16 goddamn governors saying where's the fucking HBCU money? Because the fucking HBCUs are being underfunded. A lot of them are under, what is it, y'all? Them grants, what do they call it? Land grants? Some shit. Land grants.
There was land grants.
Something like the land grants.
And
they owe these motherfucking schools money. And if somebody in the chat talking about $0 or 4.1 million.
They have to
pay them their motherfucking money. Black Brandy. You black as hell and got the nerve to say that shit.
They have
Patty. Just for example, Prairie View A&M University in Prairie View, Texas, was built on what was once a slave plantation. That's how a lot of them were built on.
All right, and we know what land grant college. We know what land grant colleges mean. All right, we know what it. Patty, you just said that. Patty, you just said that. So, unless someone can tell me differently, the monies that were allocated under the Biden administration, the Harris and Biden administration, that money is already earmarked. So Trump cannot take that back. All right. Under this current Trump administration, they cut $500 million from HBCUs, but they found $500 million elsewhere. All right, in the budget. All right, to compensate for the $500 million that they
talking about. They froze the money back in June.
They stole the money from other minority colleges to take the money and reset it. That doesn't make sense. I literally
maybe they
read the article.
Money. I don't fucking know.
You're not even listening.
Listen, that's not how it works.
Oh my God! I literally read it to you that they took the money and literally said that the minority programs were not working. Lisa literally played the tape for you of it. You're not even listening. Yeah. Literally, Lisa played the tape for you, explaining to you that. Oh my God.
Sir. Dollars don't disappear. They just go from A to B. They took them from A and move them to B.
Exactly. So why don't you explain that to her? Explain that to her.
I'm explaining it to you. They took them from where they were and moved them to another area. Why did they do that?
And it's not an extra $500 million. It was $500 million that was taken away and then put back.
That part. So you didn't give nothing to nobody.
So the point is, so
you
what?
didn't give nothing to nobody.
You're back to where you started. So you're back to where you started.
You're not back to where you started. You literally stole from one set of minorities to give to another set of minorities.
You're back to where you started.
You steal from one set of minorities to give to another set of minorities? Make that make sense.
No, Rez, not only that.
I'm going on you.
Rez, you steal from a minority, right? Then you pay them back by stealing from another minority.
Exactly my point, Haitian. Exactly my point.
It's the same
what
dollar
sense does that make?
as traveling. Like,
I'm gonna come and slap a nigga and I'm gonna pay him back with
right.
my neighbor's
I'm gonna
money.
slap you, nigga, and then guess what? I'm gonna take that slap back and then I'm gonna slap you back. What we talking about? What?
Like, he really cut me off when I was talking about the history of Prairie View A&M University to say something that was
okay. Tell us about Prairie View.
Brother, we know the history of the little land grant college in the U.S.
Yeah, little land grant college.
So let's talk about the history of the land grant. Let Rob go ahead and go on mute. Because Rob explained the history of the land grant.
Slave plantation.
What's the history of the land grant?
It's so funny because I'm a TSU graduate, but you know.
What's the history of land grants, Ross?
He went to TSU.
I didn't go to HBCU.
Hey, let Ross tell us the history on land grants.
Oh, y'all Google it. All right, we don't need a history 10. Black History
So the
101.
Morale Act, so the problem with this
HBCUs.
land grant shit is these white schools always had fucking,
Thank you.
they've always had fucking land.
Thank you.
Put on your big
And what
mic,
happened
Patty.
was they said, we got to get these Negroes out of our area because some of them are fucking going to school. So they fucking granted a piece of land for niggas to go to school. And now they still robbing fucking HBCUs. And it's crazy that Segregation Joe, whatever the fuck y'all want to call him, had to fucking send a letter through his Department of Education to say, get these motherfuckers their money back. 16 fucking governors. And guess where the fuck they from? The South.
Not too much on the South.
Oh yeah, we can put a lot of.
I don't
Okay,
mind. I don't mind
okay.
the rivalry we
Hey,
have.
Alexander. Hey, coming up, sweetie.
I don't mind the rivalry
okay,
we have.
You know, you guys just...
Look, we got. Hold up, wait. You got to chill. This ain't the place for
brother.
What? I ain't
this ain't the place for it. Y'all just lost the Labor Day class. So chill. This ain't.
Yeah, by 1 point, bitch.
Okay, so what I need to say here is that Mike P, you can come upstairs and we can have this conversation, and it will just be a conversation. We're not gonna be hollering and screaming back and forth, because I can't take medication nor drink, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I need something. This here, if you people on the right, and especially the ones that claim to be black, if y'all don't see the destruction of your community happen before your eyes, I don't know what else to tell you. We started off with Memphis. No. Let's back up. We started off with Los Angeles. Then we moved on to DC. Okay, when he was in LA, it was all about the Hispanics. Then we moved to DC, it's still about the Hispanics, but it's in the black neighborhoods. I guess the Hispanics are in the black neighborhoods or whatever. And then he threatened Chicago and calling Chicago the most dangerous city in the world. Now he's moving on to Memphis and he said, y'all savages. You heard him say it. I'm not going to replay it. Go listen to it for yourself. And then now, in the background, he is cutting everything that has to do with you. Everything. He's going into the goddamn museums because they don't want to see slavery. We don't want to hear nothing about slavery, but we're going to talk about the Holocaust till our fucking lips fall off. Then, after that, now cutting, he cut a DEI program from it out. Now we're talking about taking money away from HBCUs. I mean, I don't know when you write MAGA Republicans, what in the fuck? You just keep on wanting to lose. You think you're going to be able to stay on the plantation while, like I said, the two coastals, we should just divide ourselves up. Coast, West Coast, East Coast, and let the middle belong to all y'all, and you could be on your plantation with your excuse me, everybody who's not in the room, who's not black, your white masters. Because I don't understand how you can be typing in the chat talking about we begging, all this kind of bullshit like that. I ain't begged for a fucking crumb my entire fucking life, okay? And for everybody else who think we're begging, you don't have a fucking clue. All these other places are getting money constantly. From Elon, he's on the list for tonight too. He's on the menu all the way fucking down. But when it's time for us to have money coming that we should be getting because we're citizens of this country, going into the HBCU universities, and you all don't want to do reparations, the least you could do is fund some darkies' educations. It's just crazy as hell. And we're begging. No one's bet shit. Somebody said the HBCUs are accustomed to making $1 out of 15 cents. Well, now you're going to have to make $1 out of half of a penny. So I don't even know what in the fuck you guys need to understand what is going on. And you, my friend, regardless of the fact that you think that you above all this, you over in the gated communities and bullshit like that, for you to think that it's not going to creep up and affect you is crazy. But then you're looking over your fence and laughing at everybody else. Pretty soon you're going to get eaten from the inside of your fence out. You're tolerated right now, as it seems. You're tolerated because we got white men in Hermosa Beach, or was it the other beach city?
Huntington Beach. I got you.
Yeah.
Huntington, baby.
It was one of the 8 cities, one of the HB cities. Fight. Fight what?
In the whitest of white beaches, okay?
Right. Exactly. Fight who? Fight what? You have everything. Just by the fact that your skin color is white, you are already 10 steps ahead of everybody else, if not more. So I'm reading the chat and I'm just like, you. All right. Y'all got it, because I'm on a soapbox. So let me just step down for a minute, and because this is really ridiculous that these universities were created for a reason. The White House, I'm reading this article here, despite the efforts in the White House larger campaign to eradicate anything resembling diversity, equity, and inclusion DE programs, Trump has shown interest in both terms in supporting historically black colleges and universities, institutions created during Jim Crow era to serve black students denied education elsewhere that are now open to pupils of all races. So he's trying to take money from, you guys have seen others at HBCUs. Y'all, come on now, you got the damn near trip over them. There's a doctor I was working with, and he shocked the shit out of me when I was running my mouth again. And he is not black. He's not even brown. He told me he went to Howard in undergrad. I almost fell off my stool. Okay? Now he's making money in a white neighborhood. And there y'all in that office coming in to get help and discounts or whatever the fuck. Okay?
They go there on scholarship.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do as minorities. I'm going on mute.
I'm going on mute too. Y'all can jump in.
The minorities, well, the way they were like 2 that went to each school in around the 4 schools in the complex of schools that I went to. So it wasn't that many. I guess they're very good about like limiting that, but it was one white girl and the rest were Asians. So, I mean, I don't really have a problem with eight students out of 4 schools.
They do that. But like, if you look at a school like Texas Southern University, where their pharmacy school is full of Asians and shit like that, they don't do good at putting locks on their doors.
Ooh, hello.
Well. I will say, I don't. There's a double-edged sword.
Wait, who just said that?
So there's a double-edged sword with that because, like, Tuskegee is also one of those schools, but I don't know what Southern's, if that's like pharmacy is like.
Texas Southern.
Since you want to talk something, what's their specialty?
Can I say something?
No, Texas Southern is not Southern.
Can I say something?
What's their specialty?
A law school and a pharmacy.
Pharmacy and law, yeah.
Okay, so Tuskegee, which is where I originally went, their specialty is veterinary medicine.
That's why I'm to you.
Whoever said that, hit me up.
All the students that come there, like if you are a veterinarian on this side of the country, you go through that school, and it has put Tuskegee way up on especially for veterinary medicine, is like number 1. So I think that's kind of a good thing because it makes white people have to come through there to even get their degree. So I don't know if that's bad.
No, I was just taking a shot at him because he went to Rockville College.
Let me say this.
He's not accounting for the white people. He's just saying that these colleges are getting these grants illegally. Hold on. I gotta go. My thing is frozen. Did I say that you were?
Under the Obama administration, HBCUs receive
Whoever said that, I went to Barbara Jordan, Mickey Lee.
Right, this thing on. Hey, can you hear me talking, man?
We could hear you, Rafa. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Under the Obama administration, HBCUs receive $4 billion. That's over his total administration, all right? The 2024 budget for HBCUs is like $1.2 billion. All right, Trump is not cutting that. He's not cutting that. What he did is he's redirected money from MSI and minority service institutions, all right, which is a different category than HBCUs. He's directing money from those programs, and he's giving it, and on top of the $1.2 billion that was already earmarked for HBCUs, he's adding another $500 million to that, okay? All right? Okay? So get the facts. Thank you.
You still on that? We have moved.
He is. He's dipping into that. So
Son of a bitch.
It's very likely that those
nigga.
won't actually get the money. So, sorry, I just wanted to interject this, and I promise
Yes,
y'all
ma'am.
I'm gonna get off y'all stage and go to bed.
No, you can stay as long as you want.
One of the things to know is there are loopholes to this money. So if y'all remember, when they cut all the DEI programs, one of the things that the White House created was a special office that reviews any money that leaves the federal government in the form of grants and things like that to these institutions. And one of the things that you have to have is your legal department has to sign off that there is no DEI covert or outright policies being put forth at your institution. And if there are, you could lose the money, and it will prevent you from getting government money in the future. And in some cases, it could lead to disciplinary actions against the person that signed off on that, as they were like forging documents. So with that loophole in place, that's how they're keeping different organizations from actually getting the money. And so this money that is going towards HBCUs would be considered that, and they would have to sign off on something very similar. So ultimately, they would have to open up their universities to everyone and make sure they are showing that this money is going to as many non-Black students as Black students, even though their populations are going to be largely Black. It's going to be difficult for them to prove that. So just wanted to let you know some of the loopholes that the government has put in place. And that's why you saw so many organizations get rid of their DEI departments. And so they're going to do the same thing in the universities.
So get the facts.
Could you imagine a HBCU history class not teaching about slavery in America?
Hello? Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I could not, because that was part of the reason why I chose to go to HBCU, because I wanted to know the real history. I wanted to learn from those kind of professors. But that's why I chose Prairie View and not TSU, because it's like an actual real school.
Your mama.
He shared something in the chat.
You went to school in motherfucking Arkansas. Prairie View, Arkansas, are all damn places. You went to Prairie View because you couldn't get in no other damn place. Come on, bro. You went to Rush?
Okay, that's
I want you to
something. She actually has.
Go ahead, Denise. Go ahead. Y'all two and your both your old raggedy colleges. Go ahead, Denise.
I just wanted to piggyback on what Tiffany's saying. Another thing that they'll do is they'll slow walk the payment. I've said this for years on this platform, how the federal government is behind in payment to the land grant institutions that are HBCUs for over trillions of dollars. And these HBCUs have had to sue the state government, because when it gets allocated from the federal, it'll go through the state, and it'll be up to the Board of Governors to decide how it's allocated and when it's allocated. And you have schools like Alcorn State that was locked into over 20 years to get the millions that they were owed. So they'll slow walk it, and by the time the government and the Supreme Court rule to say that they owe it, I mean, it doesn't even drop. It's not even a drop in the bucket by the time they get it.
Ms. Janice, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but in the state, South Carolina State, the Supreme Court of South Carolina just said that Carolina State owes, South Carolina owes South Carolina State University, which is an HBCU in South Carolina, $500 million. And I don't know.
Can you not cut her off and let her finish? You just
He's okay. It's all right. Go ahead.
All right, I apologize, but I just want to get it. I think we're talking about the same thing. You're right. These states get the money and then they can kind of like slow walk the money. And I think in South Carolina State University's case, I think South Carolina has been slow walking the money, but the state Supreme Court has said, listen, you owe these people, or you owe the institution $500 million. So you're gonna pay up. That's all.
Yeah, like a quick example with Alcorn State. Alcorn State won a $500 million settlement in Mississippi. It took them 27 years of litigation to win that lawsuit, and they didn't win it. They sued. This lawsuit started in 2002. It didn't get settled until 2022.
Have they
27 years of a lawsuit to get $500 million.
Did they actually get the money in their hands yet, or they still slow walking it?
They're still slow walking it, but they won in 2022, but it took them 27 years.
I feel you, and you know what? Texas Southern needs a lawsuit like that because they don't even have a football stadium on campus. They got to play at the soccer stadium.
Hey, you already. Hey, why? Stop bringing us up, bro.
Oh, yeah, we can't even. We'll be talking about y'all broke schools all night.
But
shout out to
stop naming us.
Okay, so listen, welcome. Y'all ain't got no soccer field. Got go from home.
No, we got what we need.
Okay. Yeah, I bet. Okay, but you need so much more.
Yeah,
okay, so welcome back, Alexander. Alexander's on the stage. Our OG Alexander. Welcome. I don't have any songs except for the Welcome Carter song that I don't want to sing.
A welcome back song. You want to play Welcome Back Carter?
Hey, Alexander. I said Welcome Carter. Shit, that's the only one I know. But okay, so yeah, you guys say hello. Then I wanted to say this. Oh, look who snuck in late class.
Hey, y'all, there's the poll at the top. It says, "Has dummies on Clubhouse turned your rain into Jello?" It's yes.
No, you need to change that. Has dummies on Clubhouse turned you into an alcoholic? That's what you need to match them. Have them in here drinking, any damn way, drinking, smoking. Okay, come on now, you're Jello. They need to go eat some goddamn Jello. Get off that liquor. Get off that bottle. Put that bottle down. That's what you need to do.
I feel like you taking shots at me.
I didn't even think about you. Trust me. You're not the first thought that came to my head when I said alcohol. Okay, so let me do this. We're trying to get to Elon because Elon, what is going on here? Y'all letting all these people just run over y'all. Elon is talking crazy. Does anybody have anything from Elon from X about you know what, about you know who? And April, you're late because we were talking about Tennessee and hey, everybody named Mama.
Listen, I didn't know it was a clock in over here.
Oh, girl, the room wasn't open 3 minutes. And then went off. All we had to do was say Trump was sending troops to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, girl,
and my girl
yeah.
is still here.
The strip clubs are letting the National Guardsmen in free. So
I know you fucking lying.
Just bring it
I'm not worried too much about that out there.
I know you fucking lying. Oh, child. Not P Valley in Memphis. Okay.
Absolutely.
Hey, the money ran for doing discounts back in the day.
I'm just telling y'all, they ain't gonna be out there patrolling those streets. They gonna be patrolling something else.
Right about that.
They gonna leave with herpes.
Can't leave. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
They're gonna need some active duty time to get that TRICARE money. And look.
Gonna sit for her blades.
Oh my God.
They might be bringing it to them women. I can say they might be the disease.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, Tiffany's right. At a club called the Pony. They gonna be at the Pony, Lisa, in Memphis. The
I don't know nothing about that girl.
We gonna find out though.
haven't had all my shots yet. That's okay. I'll wait for you outside. I'll be in the car. Oh God. But anyway, one of our good friends, April and Alexander, Christine. You remember Christine, y'all? Blink your mic if you do. She came in and she just blew. Yeah,
Is she the one supposed to be a nurse?
Was Christine a nurse?
What's her last name?
I don't know. Wow, that just was a whole nother flavor.
She got a long horse face.
Oh, maybe you did not.
I thought I was on mute.
And she got my girl Patty by the.
I know she ain't got Patty by nothing. That's what I think it is. She ain't got Patty by
all
nothing.
kind of stuff I couldn't put in my mouth. I was like, oh wait, well no, I can't have that. I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? She done picked the wrong one today. But I was just over here gnawing on a carrot at the end of it. I was like, oh my God, let me just chill this carrot.
We're talking about the woman with the pink lipstick and the orange hair.
You're looking at you skip Jazz's PTR.
Jazz,
you're not
at the bottom. Look at Jazz's PTR. She got her picture on her PTR.
I had to drop you, Jazz, because of that. Because I heard her go to CH about changing PTRs, because we had somebody in here who did that and they lost their.
Oh yeah, that's her. That's her. She's a drummer, and she claimed to be. Let me.
Yeah, please do. So you're late for class, and I'm gonna take attendance next time when we get started. If you're not in here,
she said up and down that she wasn't though.
Oh yeah, she can say that, but she
knows she is. She's been around for years.
She supposedly got licensing in something, but I have my doubts. I really have my doubts.
Right, April. She trained nurses.
Yeah.
This is way bigger than they're letting on. Because even the reports, Mike, that they're saying the neighbors saw cars with out of town.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
and they were like unwelcoming, right?
Correct.
Like, guess what? But think about this. Like, where was the guy living and shit? Like, this was a network of people. So, like, where was the boyfriend living? Like 3 hours away or some shit like that, right?
Yeah. So something of the sort. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that out of state? I just want to know.
Wait, I thought they lived together.
Yeah, I think they lived together. They lived together, but like hours away, right? I also they were dated. Nah, there was one. Maybe it's from the parents' house, right? No. It's from the shooting side. My bad. I'm sorry. So
from the shooting side. And then the other thing, Mike, is that when Kat Patel was on one of these shows, he said that, well, the way he spoke, and I can post it if you think, I'm embellishing or whatever, but he said that the way Tyler Robinson either wrote the note or was speaking, he made it like he wasn't the only one that could have taken the shot, but he was the one that was chosen to take the shot.
Right. So you're saying, Mike, that you've never hid a homosexual lover away under your bed or in your closet for a couple of weeks during a shooting?
Sorry, can I interject real quick? Sorry. Good court made a good point, and this has been my question all along too. Why did the old man create a distraction?
Correct.
He said, and I know that answer too, because the report is that that's why he's been charged with obstruction, because he said, I did it. So I want to know I want to know more about that. Was there a network, like as you said, King? Which I wouldn't think. See, that doesn't sound so conspiratorial. I'm buying into that there was a network involved in some capacity.
Well, Holly, the individual you're referring to, they have him on video. Did you see the video that they have?
Yeah, and he's like, I know my rights or something, right? He's like,
no. So apparently, Holly, and I can post it if you need the evidence. But this guy apparently he was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombing. I'm not even joking. He was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombing and one other crisis event. And then I'm not even joking.
There you go. That's like a fact right there.
No fucking way. You gotta send me that. Wait, you gotta send me where
I'll send it to you. You know, I got you.
I
got you.
I saw
something
like
that. I don't know that it's corroborated.
Yeah, only they. It's just a coincidence, guys. Move on.
No, I want to know about that.
Seriously.
Hey, stop being anti-Semitic.
No, but what's interesting is we don't even know what he said. We heard him say, I have a right to remain silent, but people are claiming he also said, I did it, right? I don't know.
Yes.
So I would love to know. I would love to know exactly what he said, how far he drove to go there, when he arrived. I'd love to know all these things about him. But guess what? We're not going to know shit.
Well, there's a reason
and in 1 week, no one's going to talk about him. And if you bring him up, you're going to be a conspiracy theorist.
I think to charge
amongst a lot of other words.
To charge him with obstruction, there's got to be more, I would think, than him just, randomly being arrested, just saying, "Oh, I know my rights." I believe that he did say, "I did it." I don't know why else would they charge him with obstruction. It's very bizarre,
To say the least.
Yeah, it is bizarre. So this guy's. It looks like he's a crisis actor. I'll give you the. Hold on, I'm getting it for you.
Thank you.
But yes, his video, his 9/11 video, where he's on camera describing himself being there. It's very eerie. It's very weird.
That's creepy. And have you gone down the rabbit hole of a little bit? I've been a little bit learning about these organizations. I guess they're more like neo-Nazi, or I don't know, but they're out of UK. The Angels one, and then there's another one, 09A, where they their whole thing is acceleration, right? I'm sure they're not the only ones, right? But they target these young, vulnerable, autistic. I think it's autistic.
Here it is, Holly.
What's that?
Holly. This is the 9/11 one. Just so go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going. This is the 9/11.
Yeah, but I started learning about these groups, because this is not conspiracy. There's reports, there's FBI, CIA. They're all well aware of these organizations that do this, that do, go into these discords, etc., and inspire these young men to commit atrocities. So I wouldn't doubt that there are
in which
more organizations.
I brought this up last night, Holly. I brought it up to Solomon. I'm curious, do you remember the case of those kids that were stealing state secrets?
No.
That were on Discord?
And
then they raided their house?
Yeah.
I do. You know why we're not hearing about that case anymore?
No, why?
Because the FBI is fighting an entrapment issue. Because they are radicalizing kids on these apps.
Yeah.
They're honey
The FBI is the one doing it.
Yes, it is. They are. That's why it's entrapment.
They have a history.
There's a level of pushing you can do, technically, I guess.
Right.
Espionage and law enforcement, but when you pass a certain degree and you're giving the gun to the shooter, when does that?
This is how they had.
Whoa.
This is how they had the ability to let Joe Biden, in his adult, dementia-ridden, snake-faced state, come out and say the most dangerous thing facing the United States, the most deadly curse facing the United States, is white supremacy and the extreme MAGA movement. This is what they do. They entrap you.
You do realize what Trump said after the shooting, right?
In what way? There's not people on both sides.
Go watch the statement again. I actually think his wife gave a statement after the shooting, and I was saying it here, and I'll say it. I think what she did was extremely brave and very calculated and beautiful.
What did she say?
Especially, she was talking about...
Wasn't that a what about it? Bro, did he hit you with the what about of the Armenian person?
Samoa angle bites because he knows I'm right. That's what offends
Bro,
him.
all he said was, there's this radical leftist, whatever the hell, and he's going to stop it. Do you think that these people that are trying to snipe him and other people from hundreds of yards away, think that's okay? We should just...
I think that it's...
Breathe them together with us?
I think that it's more the State Department doing it than it is any other foreign agency.
There's
there's an ideology plaguing these young people's minds, from the dude at Butler to the other guy, the radical little Ukrainian dude in Florida at the golf course. This dude right here. There's somebody
the radical Republican killing elected officials in Minnesota, sending bombs to elected officials' houses. Yes, it is massive polarization.
What? No. Do not try and pretend like this is on both sides.
This is why I say. Hold on, come on, bro.
It's not true.
This is why I say what he just did, what
extremely true.
was did exactly what CNN did. They immediately run out with this. Come on, bro. He immediately runs out. CNN ran a segment about Mr. Tyler Robinson saying that his family were Republicans, and then the lefties grab on and say, "Who? So now he's not one of ours." So then he did
Did I say any of that? No, bro, I'm sick of this shit, bro.
You justify the guy you're trying to equate it is crazy.
It is equated. Strawman my position.
It's not equated. Not in this country.
Strawman my position. Yes, because I'm tired of you bullshitting and lying about my position.
Hold on, you just brought up the dude in Minnesota, right?
My position.
Hold on, you just brought up the dude in Minnesota, right?
This is an actual straw.
You just said it's
You're doing
equated.
now. What you're doing now is an actual straw man, because I said nothing about the
guy in Minnesota,
having
right?
a Republican family. I'm not going to answer your question. You're not going to lead the conversation. I'm tired of you fucking lying. And
why did you mention the guy in Minnesota being a Republican?
I'm tired of you lying and putting.
Why did you mention the guy in Minnesota?
Because you made it a point to mention.
No, why did you mention the guy in Minnesota being a Republican?
Stop strawmanning my position.
All right, let's start over. Let's start over then.
Balls.
Bro,
let's start over. Let's have you explain to us, and this is equated.
Let me finish what I gotta say, bro. Come on, bro. So I want to make this crystal clear. Calm down, calm down. You brought up the Minnesota.
My position, bro. I never fucking.
Why don't I just steel man it, and then you can just tell me if I'm wrong or right? You
mentioned
mentioned the
Minnesota to start with. You fucking.
I'm gonna steel man it right now.
All you do is straw man.
I'm gonna steel man it right now.
Hang on. Where's the proof this guy?
All right, so then let's see how accurate
he's Republican.
Hold on.
You did.
He said.
I did not. Do you see what you're doing, Simone?
Hold on, bro. I haven't finished saying what you.
Oh, did you say far right? Is that what you said?
Brother, just relax.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
You said the guy. Hold on, bro.
Far right.
You said the guy that's in Minnesota was a Republican.
Yes.
Mr. No Kings going house to house with the state senators, right?
Let's ask AI, Simone.
Yes or no?
Let's ask.
Did you say that? Yes or no?
He was a Republican. Yes, he
All
was
right,
a Republican.
hold on. So now I'm going to equate this for you, okay? The CNN segment immediately comes out and coins a person as a Republican, just like it did the attempted sniper at Butler, Pennsylvania. Do you agree?
You are strawmanning my point because I did not bring up a
your point.
shooter. I did not bring up or equate Charlie Kirk Shooter as a Republican, but idiots like Ricky think. Idiots like Ricky eat it up because they don't listen to the full fucking context.
You said that?
Strawmanning.
I'm gonna have to take over here if you can't bring us home.
All right, I'm gonna point this up quickly. The problem is Pagap filibuster right now. Pagap thought that I said that he said that Tyler Robinson's family was a Republican.
So you implying that I'm doing what CNN
No, you're wrong.
is exactly
Hold on.
upset.
Calm down, brother.
You challenge my point, so you
I just pointed it out.
You anchored, like you didn't
Why did you, hold on, why did you bring up the Minnesota guy being a Republican?
You equated what I said to what CNN said, which is there's no equal to what they're.
Hold on, why is it relevant that the Minnesota guy that works for Tim Walz was a Republican?
Just like old days, I start the room, get it started. We start stirring the pot together. Then more people come, then you kick me to the goo, just like the old days.
Just put like an obnoxious title of the people in that.
with like some retarded like black people killed Charlie Kirk. I was just looking at him like he was fucking nuts. But you know, maybe. I mean, obviously there is research. There's like I did look into research in it. It says that like psychedelics can be used for like a lot of benefits mentally and stuff if used correctly, just like any other medicine, right? But when I did it, I just never like even thought on those terms. I was just like, yeah, I'm just getting fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, try reading a good book, smoke a joint, have a cup of coffee, maybe a glass of wine, bottle of water. Stay hydrated now.
Yeah, the guy with the drug truck. Yeah, he had like long ass hair too. He looked like a fucking Pegasus. He did it, bro. He looked like a Pegasus with a drug rug on.
See, a lot of people waste
And
chemicals.
he had like sweatpants on too. Like he had like sweatpants on. And I was like, bro, it's like fucking 95 degrees here.
Are you chasing your dreams? Chasing your grace?
Trying to. I need to. Yeah, I'm trying. Or maybe I'm not as much as I should be. I don't know.
Well, you got shit stains on your underpants?
Sounds like Midas, doesn't it?
No, brother.
Bro, I've heard some weird things about you on Clubhouse, my friend John.
No, brother. No, brother. And not in the name of Jesus. This is not. This is not Midas, brother. No, brother. No, brother. No. This is
things about you.
This is not Midas, brother. This is not Midas, brother.
It's literally the same voice, the same rhetoric, the same
word around the street
use of words.
Word around the streets.
I know this guy. It's not him. I know this guy. He's
word on the streets. Word on the street, John.
He just comes and he streams every like room that he's in, basically.
You've done very, very bad with your Clubhouse politics, John.
You know, Chase Your Grace, some people, they don't like the way I use my cell phone. And I don't know what to tell people anymore. I use my cell phone the way I want to use my cell phone, and I let other people use their cell phone the way they want.
Chase, what's the story? What happened?
So basically, he's like a streamer, and then he comes into the room, and he just streams the room.
Is this the guy that shot someone, or like shot the wall? Is this, what's his name? The notorious guy who would stream rooms. Oh shit, what's his name? Labubu probably knows. You know who I'm talking about, Labubu?
Are you talking about candidate Congressman John Kitover?
No.
Oh, well, that's who I am.
Oh. No, there's this other guy. He used to get drunk, and then once he like shot his gun at like I don't know, like cans or something, and then people got freaked out. I don't know, something happened.
Yo, stop talking about S500 like that.
No, he's more of like a sitting.
No, you're talking about Brian.
Alcohol, staring at hijabis. That's S500 type.
You're talking about Brian Sellers.
I remember S500 was drunk as fuck one night. He's like, yo, he was like telling me, he was like, yo, bro, I'm going out. I'm at the bar right now. Yo, there's a girl over there. Should I go talk to her? Should I go talk to the girl, dude? I'm like, bro, if you want to, like, if you want to go talk to her, then go talk to her. If you don't, then don't. What the fuck?
He's gonna now like conspire to get back at us for talking about him.
Dude, like, I don't care, bro.
That's what he does. That's the personality we're dealing with.
Bro, like,
he wants revenge.
Yeah, bro, he's a vengeful Indian. Listen,
we don't blame him.
The guy literally was like, yo, dude, oh my god, should I go talk to her? Like the girl had fucking cooties or some shit. Go fucking talk to the girl if you want to go talk to her. If you don't, don't.
Cooties.
I don't know. It was weird. Like when I'm drunk, I don't even like hesitate. Dude, when I'm drunk, I don't even hesitate. I probably say shit to girls too much when I'm drunk.
Well, you gotta understand, he couldn't bring himself to do it, so he was pretty much asking you so that you would say no and he would be relieved.
That's weird. Bro, I literally say some. I honestly do say some like out of pocket shit when I'm drunk to win it. I'll be like,
Yeah, they call it liquid courage for a reason.
yeah, but like I'm like that sober, but like I'm kind of like a fucking like social outcast when I'm drunk. I literally just like a girl, like I'll be out and the girl, I'll literally just be like, you are fucking sexy.
And how's that work for you so far?
It works sometimes it doesn't.
Can you give us a number to that statistic?
I don't know, like 30% it works, 70% it doesn't.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Maybe I get a conversation out of it like half the time. I don't know.
Honestly, I wouldn't even want the girls that works on.
That what?
What did you say?
That works. I wouldn't even want the girls that.
I agree. I agree.
That's a lie.
That's so true.
Because if that works on you, bro, I'm just like,
wait for a minute, just make sure.
Where do you think George Dinehard smells? This killer record many different X handles. Where do you think George Dinehard smells? He doesn't like to take it.
Street to want to actually have that kind of, like a civil war. And
Yeah,
I think it's stupid.
so do I.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, I would ask like white supremacists or I hate using that term. People that that are white identitarians that like really they can be on different flavors politically. It's just like will you literally be willing to just like shoot people and kill people because of the color of their skin and that kind of stuff. I think I would say like 90+% of them would not. They don't have it in them. There are definitely psychos out there. Don't get me wrong. Like there's people I've talked to that I'm just like, yeah.
You think you got it in you, Cleto?
I'm sure he's on a watch list.
I think people with nothing to lose would be the ones that really would pick up arms. They have nothing. They've got no money, no assets, and really nothing to lose. Those are the people that you need to worry about.
Well, I don't have shit really, and so like but even still,
But
like
that's
I'm
not.
not.
Yeah, I'm not talking. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be rich to not want war, but I mean these are people that there's nothing going on in their life that they really feel like they have something to lose.
I feel like I have
very
even financially, I don't have much to lose. Like I don't have a wife, a girlfriend, children, any of that shit. But like, am I gonna be just like, oh yeah, here, little black girl. Oh yeah, come to Papa. Oh, boom. Like I cannot. I'm not gonna hurt other human beings.
And I think you probably still value your life, right? And you want to live. It's not like you've given up. So I think that's a different,
No, I would martyr myself for the right cause. Don't get me wrong, but it like targeting innocent people is like that. To me, that's not a martyr. That's just like psychopathic. I would not do that. Like if China came and like let's say invaded our country or somehow able to overpower us, like, and they still oppose it.
how can Charlie Kirk, in all honesty, because debate you have to be intellectually honest in debate. Debating with somebody who's intellectually dishonest is impossible. Because I just came back from Mars yesterday. So nothing is real in that conversation. And so that's the really, again, the most insulting part about this is that it's not very easy to deconstruct the things that this man was saying. And, it just comes off as even more cruel. And in fact, if he was given real statistics about some of these things, you would be able to understand that even though he doesn't give you the context, right? And so the point is that what I've realized is that these people are what you call political operatives. Again, Charlie Kirk was not grown organically out of the grass. He doesn't come from the grassroots. He comes from the very same people that he says that he's fighting against, which is the money elites. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the dichotomy. Same thing with Obama. When I looked at Obama and McCain before the 2012 election, the 2008 election, I looked at the top 10 donors. They had the same 6 banks that was in the top 10 for both of them. So the banks was to get a president, not the people.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything wrong with what Charlie said. If a minority got it, a minority got it. And you clearly illustrated a white woman's a minority. So it doesn't mean that black people have to jump out and start windmilling because they feel like he's insulting them or coming for them. That could include white women too. So
I would say this, what nobody ever did actually come out against black people. Most Negroes eat them because they was. You know what I'm saying? And so, but the thing I think is, this is a litmus test for black people, right? One, don't be out here jumping off the bridge through the sand. Don't be out here having a party because you have to. But what I think we have to do is we have to understand, like his organization said, ironically, Turning Point USA. I think his death is a turning point in the USA. One, in U.S. relationships with Israel, because there's a lot of talk they may be responsible for, whether they are or not. Secondly, we have to look at how Trump and MAGA have completely fucking fallen in on themselves, excuse my language, because of one thing he did. That was the whole Epstein situation. Once he kind of stonewalled the Epstein gang, some of those true MAGAs like Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, and others, they jumped off the ship because these people really have an interest in America, and the thought is very pervasive that Epstein was not just some pedophile who was a Mossad and intelligence operative working to obtain blackmail for Israel and perhaps other foreign countries. They were saying perhaps might have been contracted it out and say, give me some dirt on Senator so-and-so so he can get this big construction contract passed. Like, that's the state of politics in this country. We live in a kleptocracy and a technocracy. And I think that's the thing that most of his real base supporters began to look at and say, F Trump, you're getting too cozy with these small hats, Israel, the controlling policy, you know it. And now you're basically saying, came in saying you're going to drain this swamp and you're going to get rid of the deep state. Well, we think the deep state is in this whole Epstein situation and he just acted real stupid. So, in conclusion, I think that we have to pay attention to how MAGA is going to formulate going forward. His wife gave a statement that was very poignant. She basically said she's taking the leadership of this whole organization, so it's going to be more powerful than ever. She kind of said some really strong language in that submission she gave. So I think we as a community understand that original Zionism, which had a significant impact in destroying our communities, as well as white supremacyism and Americanism, which is also done the same. We can never take on the mindset that Negroes just need to mind our business and get back to work picking cotton. We need to make sure that we're tuned in and tapped in, particularly to when two of our enemies are at war. We might want to try to take advantage of that and build something or do something in the meantime and in the interim.
Who are the enemies?
I'll put it like this. The enemies are the people who created the NAACP, which is a controlled opposition organization that has gone in and done things that were detrimental to black people, particularly what I explained earlier about co-opting the school equalization lawsuit and turning it into school integration. We celebrate that every Black History Month. These little girls having to be led into a school with guns and an army, while grown white folks are outside saying niggas go home. Like, we thought this was good for the psychology and the educational process of our children. No, this was not the grassroots who wanted to do this. Black folks simply wanted to get that up to 75% of the power with this. And the response by these people, and so the Zionists work with white supremacists. So the Zionists have the ability to come to our community and tell the oppression story. We're oppressed too, and such and such, right? And so they came in and they helped establish the NAACP, the boys, the first black man to graduate with a PhD in Harvard. And so he was being propped up as being sort of the voice of black people. But he wasn't the voice of black people. Marcus Garvey exposed that when he walked into the NAACP headquarters in New York City and said he didn't see a Negro in sight. Right? Typing away. Everything was coming out the NAACP for the minds of black people was actually coming from people who were immigrants from Eastern Europe who were Zionists trying to build this state of Israel at this time. This is the 1920s and 30s. And so when we understand how Leo Frank's case and the creation of the ADL, the whole Anti-Defamation League, you may not know this, sister. The Anti-Defamation League was created because a black man made black history. Jim Conley in Atlanta, Georgia, was the first black man to get testimony against the white Jewish guy, your friend, the Atlanta factory president, a Columbia-educated, wealthy Jewish guy, and a member of the neighborhood, which is the forerunner to the Anti-Defamation League. And this man was convicted of raping and murdering a 14-year-old girl. And the whites there were living. He was sentenced to death. Later, through money and influence, his sentence was commuted to life without. The white folks in Georgia still were not happy. They pulled him out of the cell and hung him. During the trial, they disparaged Jim Conley everywhere imaginable. They called everything but the N-word, right? They play on every racist stereotype to get that white Southern cracker jury. When other girls had came up and also admitted that this man had violated them as well. They knew that Mr. Frank was a pedophile. And so they hung him, right? Only in the case where white folks are sure that this guy was guilty the day before. No, not killing him. They love to kill us. And so this is why they created Anti-Defamation League, because they say that this man was defamed and that the black man actually did it. Their whole organization is built on this case. Leo Frank, go look it up, yo. Right? So, you see, the thing is that Sister Soldier said, I'll close with this, she said years ago on Donahue, she said, nobody ever, she said she went to the finest schools in the country. They were saying to her basically like, dang, sister, you went to all these great schools, all these great programs. Why you know I can talk about stuff about white people, talking about this kind of fraud shit? And she, paraphrasing, and she responded back to them and said, I went to all these nice schools, but I'm a black woman. She said, none of these schools ever told me I was an African, never told me that without business you'll be nothing. They never told me who my friends were, who my enemies were. And she went on. It was some of the most poignant shit ever. She was checking the hell out of Cornell West on that particular episode. And so if we don't know who our friends are, none, and who our enemies are, there is no way that we can even waste our time having a conversation about trying to do anything progressive if we don't know who our friends and our enemies are. It's a very basic thing to do in anything in life. And so that's why I think it's important for us to pay attention to what's going on here so we can see what's being perpetrated. Because you can guarantee there's going to be a point in time they're going to try to throw a dummy grenade our way like they did with the HBCU shit. We didn't fight for them.
Hear ye, the truth has finally come out. Thank you, King.
Distance to admitting that the country is broke.
Bree, do you have anything to say?
I'm sorry, did somebody call me? Yeah. Did you?
Did you hear anything? I said you got anything to say. I talking all this total foolery because I'm just trying to understand.
Distance to admitting.
I mean, personally, I'm doing some things around my house. It's giving feminine male energy, and I'm just not into it.
Oh, man, here you go.
I'm just not into it. So you got it. Whatever it is that you want, you got that.
I don't care about this feminine talk.
Okay, and clearly you don't, girl.
Hold on.